You told her that I called her oatmeal cream pie, bro? I remember it had came out that A had ended up getting... We get to his house, you know, we chilling, we talking on the couch, and I'm noticing like how close A is getting to him. I don't really want to talk about it at this point. I just want to fight you. OMG, y'all wouldn't even believe if I told y'all why this video is not out. Well, wasn't out yesterday. I'm fed the fuck up. I don't think y'all understand. Just ignore the background. At this point, I'm here to just freaking fill y'all in. This is the beginning of the video for y'all, not for me, but for y'all. So welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video. In today's video, I will be talking about being the duff in my experience when it came to how the fakest bitch ever always kept falling in love with the boyfriends. Like, they kept trying to snatch my boyfriends. Every single time I had a boyfriend, they would try to snatch my boyfriend. And I also was straightening my hair. I was doing my hair in my bathroom, telling y'all this little story time. My camera falls, right? And I'm just thinking, oh, it turned off because it fell. You know, that traumatic experience, you know, the whole hitting the fucking sink hard as hell. I thought that was it. But no, it took away the footage that I recorded, my intro, damn near half the story, the background, at least, thank goodness it didn't take the whole story. So I am here to fill y'all in. So welcome back to my channel. In my last story time, the way y'all ate that shit up, like y'all are in love with that story time. So I'm assuming y'all want me to just keep telling y'all story times along with my regular content. But I know I had told you guys how I want to do a story time like every other day, because I have a lot. They don't run out. This is what my hair looked like today. I curled it. It won't look like this in the end of the video. I just left it straight because I was getting hot and nauseous. So I'm about to get into the beginning of the story time because, like I said, I lost the footage, about 30 minutes of me telling like the beginning of the story. I don't know if it was a sign from God because it was a little bit blotchy because I did not know what I wanted to name this video, but I'm here to tell it now. And then keep in mind, it's gonna end up jumping to the bathroom with me straightening my hair. So don't leave. The story is very still much interesting. It's just two different placements. It's two different settings. So this all started when I was like 11, 12. No, I wouldn't even say 12. I was about to be a freshman in high school. So I'm not gonna say what grade it was in because then it's just a little bit too accurate, and I know the bitches in this story still watch me. So if you see this, don't DM me, ho, because you will be blocked, you will be restricted unless I'm looking for it. And I'm not looking for it because I don't need the negativity in my life. Like, you hoes treating me like shit. So this all started when I was about to be in 9th grade. So I was in 8th grade. I'm not even about to sugarcoat. I was in 8th grade. So I had moved to this new school, and when I had moved to this new school, which this school has been in so many of my story times, y'all, like, I have told y'all multiple story times about this school. I'm gonna give y'all a background about these friends and about how this shit used to go because it will just show y'all. Out of everybody in the school, I was one of the biggest. Now, they all wasn't skinny, but I was definitely the biggest. We're gonna name the bitches in the story because in 8th grade, when I started the school, I ended up making friends with a selected few. I'm gonna say I was close friends with, let's name one of them A, and let's name the other one K. And we just had another friend who we became close with, but I was never really too close with. And this is mainly about like that situation. A and I were like besties. And then K and O and one of her best friends who I fought were friends too, but K ended up becoming like really close friends with me, and A. O ended up becoming friends with us as well. When I first started this school, there was this boy, we're gonna name him J. It's a lot of initials going around right now, but I just feel like it's necessary because I need to name these people. So when I first started this school, I was looking at Jay and I was like, Jay is cute. But mind you, Jay was ugly. Like, when I look back at it, like, he was legitimately ugly. Like, there was cuter boys in the school who I would not even pursue because of the fact that they were white. But him, like, he was definitely ugly. Like, nothing about him was cute. He had no personality. The only personality about him was the fact that he wore like nice clothes, I guess. I have to poop. Give me a second. This coffee is really working. Okay. The way I went to the bathroom and literally I feel hella sick. Like, I don't know if it's the coffee or if a bitch just feel like back to the story time. When I got to the school, nobody knew I had a crush on Jay. Like, when I tell you, I literally would just like him on the low. I feel like Jay probably knew. I mean, I never made it clear, but I kind of did with my friends. Like, I made it clear with my friends, but I did not make it clear with like Jay. So like, clearly if your friend make it clear like, oh, that's my stinker, you shouldn't fuck with that stink. I was like trying to talk to Jay. Like, I mean, at the, like a little bit, like I would text him on like Snap and stuff. And like my stepbrother, like he would always be like, oh, you like him, like that's gang, you know know, your brothers always want to be known so bad. So basically one day me and Jay were play fighting and he was just like grabbing me and stuff, and he was like, oh, do you want to come to my house after school? But you know, I'm mad scary, so I was like, oh, I'm not about to go by myself. At least like I'm gonna at least go with A, because A was always with the fuck shit, y'all. So I bring A with me thinking it's gonna be, oh, your friend just got your back, she just there, like she just there to help, like if you need any help, more support, you need to get out of there, she gonna be there to help you. We get to his house, you know, we chilling, we talking on the couch, and I'm noticing like how close A is getting to him, and my feelings is hurt, but it's like I also had like my little boyfriend and stuff like back in the Bronx, so it was like I'm hurt, but am I really? But I still felt some type of way, like, you know what I mean? And we sit on his couch, and mind you, the way his couch was, it was like a mini L shape, like a mini one, like it's really long and then you only have like one little side. So we were sitting, and I remember her like putting her leg over him, like her moving closer and closer to him, and I was just like, damn bitch, like, hey, you really doing that? Like she was really just acting a fool this whole entire time, right? So when I officially told A like, oh, I think I might like him, she was like, go ahead girl, cause ill, like I think he want to talk to me, but ill, like I don't even want to talk to him like that. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like I was happy thinking that this bitch was really on some gang that's my friend's man type shit, I'm never gonna fuck with him. But one day I was going through her snap, and as I'm scrolling through her snap, I see that they have been talking a lot. They were snapping like a lot, like, and it was just a whole lot of snaps. So I ended up fighting Jay's cousin. I ended up fighting her. I beat her up. I have a story talking about that on here, the one about me getting in a fight after getting jumped. That's his cousin who I fought, and I remember it had got around that I like Jay. So that cousin, I think I named her like B or something in the old story time, she kept telling him like, oh, don't fuck with her, don't fuck with her, don't fuck with her. Like she kept trying to like, you know, be that bitch and be that girl, but telling everybody like, oh yeah, that's my cousin, so he's definitely not about to mess with her, blah blah blah. But he was still messing with me, so I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're getting at, but whatever. But one day Jay literally just stopped talking to me. He barely spoke to me, and I was just like, I wonder what's that about. I just thought maybe his cousin in his ear actually helped, but I started hearing rumors that him and his cousin did the do before. She was the one who was telling everybody that. Mind you, I don't know if they're blood cousins. All I know is if y'all claim each other as cousins, y'all should not be doing the do. But that's what I heard, so I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely don't want him no more. But it was very hard to get over the crush, because you know, you start crushing on somebody, you going over to their house. Like, I went over to his house multiple times. Like I think I went alone one time, I went with A multiple times, and that's why you don't bring your friends around your bed if they really do be acting like that, because I should have known like A really was not about to hold back for nobody. Like if she wanted it, she was gonna get it. Mind you, A was light skin, curly hair, big curly hair, long curly hair, and skinny, and I was over here like why won't you give me one more chance? So I already knew that if it came down to who Jay was picking, he was gonna pick A, but I was just hoping that A at least would say no so that I could have my man back, bitch. You know what I mean? Like she really could have said snatchies, give me him. But I was just hoping that she wouldn't do that. So one day I'm going through her snap and I seen that they're texting a line. I'm like, hey, like why y'all talking so much? Like what y'all be talking about? But I'm trying to ask in a way where I'm being like cool, I'm being calm, I'm not being too like, why are you talking to him? I'm more so like, when did y'all start talking, and like when did y'all start becoming friends? Like this is the first time I'm hearing about it. And she's like, oh yeah girl, we've been fucking with each other for a while now, like you know what I mean, like I like him so much, blah blah blah. I'm like, excuse me. So A basically starts getting in some type of drama with K because they start beefing over J. And when this happened, I don't remember exactly how A and K started beefing over him, but also O jumped in too. And it was like they all was arguing about him, and they was all coming to me about them not liking each other about this boy. But what really killed me was I was the first one to like him in the first place. Y'all claim y'all known this man since you was in kindergarten, blah 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 blah, since y'all was in 7th grade, since y'all was in 6th grade. My whole thing is, why now? As soon as I say I like him, like y'all basically eliminated me from the fucking story. Like y'all basically said, oh yeah, we don't care. I just thought that was a little bit shady. Like how the fuck you about to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I like him, and y'all all arguing amongst each other and coming to me about how one is the fakest bitch ever, but all y'all just took the who I basically told y'all that I liked a lot. I remember it had came out that A had ended up getting, A ended up letting this boy attempt to take her V card. She was asking me like, oh, let me know if my is cute enough for me to send to him. And I was like, oh, so y'all really a thing, huh? And she was just like, yeah, like that's really my boyfriend. So they started messing with each other like on some boyfriend and girlfriend type shit. Mind you, she's beefing with K, she's beefing with O. I really never addressed it because I was really just like, I don't know how to describe it. You really can't address something that's like might have been one-sided. Like I don't know if Jay ever really was like feeling me, but I'm pretty sure he was, and he more so was just like, I'd rather get the best of both worlds than to get one. But my whole thing was just like, as a friend, like why do you feel like you have to go after the one person that I liked? It was very weird. So one day we was all talking and stuff, and she had called me on Snapchat, and she was like, girl, he tried to put it in me, da da da. And mind you, Jay has a big mouth, so Jay went and told all his friends, and that's how it got out. So she was scared because, mind you, my mom used to take my phone, so I didn't have my phone. She was scared that I was gonna find out before she was able to tell me, and then it would have been like, oh my god, which is how I knew she was dead ass wrong. And when she told me, I was just like, oh okay, like, you know, I was just like, okay, whatever. At this point, I came to terms with the fact that this bitch, she had my man. Like she stole my man. It was nothing to it. I just had to deal with it. Like when shit like this happens, it really is just unfair, but it's just like, what could you do? Like I couldn't do nothing but take my L. Like this was supposed to be my friend, but at the end of the day, you fucked my man. That was the backstory about all of them. Nobody really ever knew or cared or was mad at me for liking Jay, but that's just because they didn't care, because they just knew like, oh, maybe Jay just wouldn't fuck with her in the first place. But now let me get back into the story and get into this bitch O, because y'all in for a long ride. So now I'm going to continue the video. That was some backstory about the first guy that they ever tried to play with me with, and they literally took him, and one of my friends tried to let him take her virginity. So yeah, back into the regular story time about this shit. I'm gonna be back in the bathroom straightening my hair. I would just continue this, but like I just said, I'm feeling very sick right now. I don't know what it is. It's probably this coffee, but I'm about to finish this shit because these be expensive. So I'm about to have some explosive diarrhea. Like that swallow, I feel it coming back. So get back into the video. I had a minor mishap, you know, camera decided to fall. So yeah, like I was saying, I just wanted to give y'all a backstory on the type of bitches that these hoes was. Like I was saying, I started liking this boy named I because I thought that I was just really funny. Like he definitely matched bitches vibes. I just thought he was the cutest thing ever. Like honestly, I really was falling for this man. Those be the dangerous relationships, is the ones where y'all start off really close friends and then out of nowhere, like when the person start liking one another. So I started liking him, but I never told him that I liked him, but I told A because I knew A didn't like him. Like I knew A was just like, oh, this is not my type. A definitely started having this thing for light skin. So when I was telling A, that's when it just was known that I liked him. It wasn't really a secret. I feel like if anything, everybody knew except him. And if he didn't know, he just didn't want to acknowledge it. It was definitely giving mixed signals. Like, damn. All of us was sitting at lunch, I think. They was like, yeah, girl, you've been coming real close with I. Like, what's going on with that? Mind you, we was having other problems. That's a whole nother story time for a whole nother day. So when they was asking me, I was just like, he's not really my boyfriend or nothing. We just friends, and that's just my son. Eventually, they was like, girl, this your man, this who you like. Eventually, me and I became really close. And I mean, we didn't like FaceTime after school or nothing of that sort, but we was just very close in school. It's like your school boyfriend. I mean, I feel like your school boyfriend still off limits to your friends. Like, that's just so weird ass shit. Like, he's still off limits, bitch. One day, me and I was sitting in science class. Now, we randomly just decided to start sitting next to each other in science class. Me and I started sitting next to each other with O and A. I don't even think K was in this class with us. Clearly, O can see that I'm becoming very close with I, so she's doing very slick shit. I would be sitting next to him and I would just be like talking or whatever, and she would like overshadow me. Mind you, everybody in the school used to call her like mad fast and stuff because she was like the type of bitch who would have her pink underwear sticking out her waistline. Like, she wanted everybody to see that shit. I just think that was the most ghetto shit. Me and I sit next to each other and she just starts acting like really funny, like in the class. You know them friends who change up and they just start trying to embarrass you and shit? That was what it was giving. It was giving like, oh bitch, you trying to embarrass me in front of him. A said something to me about it and I was like, I thought it was just me who noticed how she was doing that. I started distancing myself away from her and I stopped really talking to her because she would call him at nighttime and like post them on FaceTime together, where he would just be like laughing, like definitely giving off guard, bitch, I did not give you permission to take pictures of me type shit. So I had seen this and I had got pissed off because I was just like, ew bitch, like you did this about Jay and now here you go doing the same shit. I wasn't really not fucking with her, I just wasn't like talking to her as much. And I guess she had noticed, and like this is the type of bitches that they are. They will do shit to you and make you not want to be friends with them no more, and then when you stop being friends with them, these hoes want to act like there's beef. There is no beef. You bitches are just weird. Like, they would literally do shit like that all the time. I know how to get funny, you know what I mean? I bet you know how to get funny. So if you want to go there, we can go there. I don't mind. We was already having our outside problems in the friend group. So like I would rent to him and stuff. He was there when I fought one of the bitches who I talked about where I was in the hallway. He was definitely there. And he understood. And like, you know, we were just having our little friendship talk. And she had come into class one day. This is where everything went the fuck down. Because this bitch had me fucked up, bro. She comes into class and she's rubbing up on him and stuff. And then she's making smart remarks about me being a fake friend. So I'm like, oh bitch, where did all this animosity come from? You're acting weird. Like, and I was telling the counselor, like, I'm having this type of feeling like this bitch don't like me. And if you don't like me, don't be my friend. You do not have to be my friend. But just like literally, bro, don't smile in my face and then be like, oh yeah, this bitch weird as fuck. Like, oh, I don't fuck with her. Oh, I want to fight her type shit. Cause it's just like, that's not giving, bitch. Like, who do you think you are, huh? We don't ever have to talk again. She comes into class and she's making like these smart ass remarks. So I had told her, take your scarf off. And yeah, I know that was very anti-black of me, but I don't give a fuck. Bitch, you not about to make remarks about me being fat and then we start going back and forth. When I told her to take her scarf off, this bitch got rowdy and she left the classroom. But I mean, you started. I had said something about Kay looking like a blue cloud. I'm not gonna lie. She was walking and she was wearing this big bubble coat. And I had fought her best friend too. So she was mad about just a lot of petty shit. I honestly don't remember exactly what she was mad about. Nor do I care. I didn't really care that much because it was just like, okay, bitch, you're just mad for no reason. When she was walking, we all used to walk home together. But this day she was being mad petty. So she had walked home without us, like me and A. When me and A was walking, I had said something about her looking like a blue cloud. It was mad corny, like, girl, tomato, tomato, tomato. One day, I get called into this office, word, and it's with all the bitches in the school who I don't like. At this point, I'm walking in the office like, maybe I'm the problem because, bitch, it's about 10 hoes in here who don't like me. First off, bitch, I don't even know who you are. It was one of these bitches sitting in the room, and I swear to God, I was looking at her like, who are you? Like, I don't even know who the fuck you are. Why are you in here? My counselor basically was like to me, I'm hearing that you told all these girls that y'all could fight and that they could run up on you if they have a problem. This is my bitch. I loved her. This is my favorite counselor, bro. She's on my side. She knows what I'm talking about. And now I'm out here poisoning me. Miss R was like, Rykky, you know, I know that you just like to like let it out with fighting, but I just think that we should talk about it as adults before it gets too far. O's whole thing was the fact that she didn't want to come out and be like, oh yeah, I like I, so that she don't look dead ass wrong. But then no, I like I, and still try to pursue this man and still try to do shit that like obviously no friend would want their other friend doing what they crush. I walk in there and I see Kay sitting there, the bitch who I beat up, the bitch who I fought again and beat up, the bitch who I was supposed to beat up, sister. I seen all them hoes sitting in the office. I'm looking and I'm just like, damn, I didn't even know this many people could fit in this tight ass office. Like they all was in the office, y'all. When I looked, I was like, oh, like what's this? So when I had sat down, Miss R was just like, basically, I just feel like you have some pent up aggression towards these girls and these girls also have some pent up aggression against you. So when she said that, I'm like, oh, what's the pent up aggression? Because O was sitting in there, K is sitting in there. A is not in there though because A was in the class that I just left. They could not bully me. I thought I almost fought every single one of you hoes, bro. Yeah, it's clip for that. I'm not scared of none of y'all. Like I done beat up half y'all friend group. K was in the office and she had brought up the fact that I had said, no, they lied to this. First of all, because that's not what I fucking said. One of the instigator boys who was there, he had told her, because like mind you, y'all know these type of guys who really hype up any situation for entertainment. He had his own personal opinion about her. And she was dark skinned and she also had eczema. She was pressing me though. Like she wasn't talking, oh no, I'm really just hurt the street. No, bitch was like, because at the end of the day, da da da. But she basically was like, at the end of the day, bitch, you calling me an oatmeal cream pie because she had eczema and she was dark skinned. First of all, bitch, I was walking you to CVS buying your Aveeno. I was walking you to CVS buying you them scent-free shit. I was letting you borrow oatmeal for oatmeal baths from my house. Like, what are you talking about? Like, when she said that shit, I just was laughing because I was just like, you sound dumb. And I was like, I never said that. She was like, okay, but A told me you said that, right? So then I'm like, oh, bring A to this room. So they bring A in the room. I turn to her and I'm like, you told her that I called her oatmeal cream pie, bro? And this bitch gonna look me in my face and be like, yeah, I did. Then she said, I must have heard you wrong. Like, I don't think you said that. Like, that don't even sound like you, but I could have sworn that's what you said. So now Kate looking dumb. O didn't say nothing that whole time. At the end of the argument, what happened was they all started yelling at me. I felt ambushed as fuck, and I was just like, all right, but who wanna fight? I said, I'll fight every single one of you bitches in this office. I don't care. Miss R was like, no, 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 we don't have to do that. They started getting up. I said, oh, bitch, you're getting up. You wanna fight? I stood up. She sat back down. when I went home that day, she ended up texting me. We ended up becoming friends again. So now let's get back to this bitch. Oh, she gonna come into class and she come to me and she's like, mind you, it's mad of her friends in this class. She come to me and she's like, Rykky. I'm like, yeah. She's like, let me get a pen so I can do this lab. So I'm like, okay. And then she leaves the room. She walked back into class and I'm sitting with and I'm sitting in the back of the class, sitting on the left side closest to the windows, in the back, like all the way in the back. And she's all the way directly at the door. She opens the door and she's like, mind you, it's a $1 pen. I'd rather you have stole it than do what the fuck she did next, right? Like, I was sitting in the classroom with him, I was talking and stuff, and she had opened the classroom door, and I seen the door open through the corner of my eye, but I didn't process that O was the one who was opening the door. She had said, Rykky, here's your pen. And she just, like, literally, bro, she just, like, I'm talking, had an arm on that. It wasn't even no, like, Rykky, here, I'm about to throw this pen at you, catch it. It was, Rykky, hurry up, like, she wanted me to not be alert so that she could pop me. I seen it coming, I ducked, so, like, it hit me, like, right here, like right here. It almost hit my face. If I didn't duck out the way, it would have hit me in my face. So I was, that's when I automatically knew this was being funny. So I said, bitch, don't throw nothing at me. I didn't even give that bitch a chance to close the door because she sat there and watched the pen hit me too. It wasn't even, oh no, oh, I have something to be, let me hurry up and throw this bitch her pen before we leave. Mind you, ho, your broke ass done stole all these pens and pencils and shit from me before. Why you can't steal it this time? You know what I'm saying? I was sitting next to me, he was like, whoa, like, what's good with her? Like, he was just like, damn, bitch. So when she did that, I said, like, I just started blacking. She literally waited at the door and was like, what are you talking about? I didn't throw nothing at you on purpose. You're just mad weird. Da, 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 da. I'm like, what? You don't throw nothing at nobody and then you didn't even give a bitch a warning. Like, it's one thing and that wasn't a warning. She's like, first of all, bitch, ain't nobody throw nothing at you. Also, it didn't hurt. It hit me hard because, you know, if you launching that shit from across the room. But it still shocked me that this just threw the pen at me like I was nothing. Like, you using my shit, bro. Don't throw nothing at me. So I started yelling about that. And she's like, oh, bitch, ain't nobody throw nothing at you. Fuck you. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay. She was like, you fat ass bitch. Da, 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 da. I'm getting mad. When the teacher started breaking shit up, now she trying to come further in the classroom, got him holding her back. So I'm like, oh, bitch, you want to fight? Oh, da, da, da. So I get up. And mind you, I let all this like little weird ass energy and like weird things like posting him on Snap, saying like, oh, he's her boyfriend, shit like that. Slide, like doing shit where she'll touch him in front of him, doing shit where she'll like pull my scarf off in front of him, doing shit like if we was joking, where she would dead ass try to keep going hard about the joke as if he was dead serious when the whole time I know he's joking. She just wanted to enforce why he feel like that should be true. Like, let's say he pulled my scarf off and was like, bald hoe, like, you know what I mean, like call me a bald-headed hoe or something. She would like laugh mad hard, trying to like really reinforce the fact that I'm a quote-unquote bald hoe. I let all that shit build up until I really was fed the fuck up, and I'm sorry, I just couldn't take it no more. So they was dragging her out the room and I'm just black and I'm like, no, let that bitch free, let her free. She's trying to fight, let her free, let her free. So now I start trying to run and get around the classroom. Y'all hoes been trying to fight me and bully me since the fucking beginning, and y'all stay doing that shit. I can like him and you can like him too, and we could be on the standstill or stand ground where me and you don't have to argue, or me and you don't have to go back and forth about him. And then oh y'all, oh, look at that shit smoking. Let me go ahead and turn that bitch down back to 410. She was like, fight for what though? Fight for what though? And I was just like, stop, it's not that serious, Rykky, calm down. He was like, I understand why you mad, calm down. No, it's not that serious, don't fight her, it's not worth it, bro. You already done fought. You about to get kicked off the sea or trip, like stop trying to fight her. And I was like, nah, bro, I'm about to fight this bitch. And she got me fucked up. After that, they dragged out the class. This bitch took the bus home. So when I was over here talking about, I'm gonna see this bitch after school, and I thought she was about to see me at the school, I thought it was gonna be skipping that bus energy and coming to fight me. She ain't skipped that bus. She took that bus the fuck home. The next day at school, I'm in class and I get another fucking ring to come to the office. I go in the office and I already knew what it was about to be about, bro. I knew that it was about to be this bitch trying to have a mediation or intervention or whatever. Miss R sitting there again and she's like, hey, so I heard about you ladies' argument yesterday. At this point, it's giving talk it out or y'all both suspended, because I'm trying to stand up for both of y'all right now, but they are really just itching to suspend both of y'all. So it's either talk about it or you're suspended. So I'm like, I don't really want to talk about it at this point. I just want to fight you. That's what I said. I was like, at this point, I just want to fight you. I don't really want to talk about it. I don't think there's really nothing to talk about, you know what I mean? Fight me. Just you might as well just fight me. She was like, Rykky, you keep talking about you want to fight me, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I just want to know what we fighting for though. This bitch talking about some, oh, I just feel like you want to fight me because of I. She already said it, so you knew. Like, when she had hit me with that, I said, oh, bitch, so now you just confirming everything that I'm feeling. You just confirmed it. If you was never mad about I, it was never no animosity about I, you would have never, that would never even came to your brain if you didn't like him and it was just me who liked him. It would never even came to your brain that that was the reason why our bitch wasn't talking to you. I looked at her and I'm like, what? Like, bitch, this nigga lives in your head rent free, and it's just so embarrassing because he live in my head rent free too, granted. But damn, here she go. It's not even like I even like him. You're just being weird because he likes me clearly.
What?
Like, yo, like this bitch is mad delusional. She's like, you obviously have some pent up aggression with me because he likes me and doesn't like you. Like, who are you convincing, bro? She was like, I'm not about to fight you over no boy. I said, it's not about the boy now, but now, bitch, you done fucked up, hoe. You can't throw it to that bitch and be like, oh, I'm not about to fight you over a boy. It ain't even about the boy no more. Like, at this point, bitch just want to whoop your ass because you throwing shit at me. And she was like,
Rykky, when I threw the pen, I literally called your name and said, Rykky, get your pen. It's not my fault you're deaf.
Bro, I literally called your name before. I just burnt the fuck out my scalp. She's like, I literally called your name and said, Rykky, get your pen. Like, that's not my fault that you weren't listening because I definitely gave you a warning. And I'm like, how? What do you mean you gave me a warning? You threw it in the midst of you saying, Rykky, get your pen. Do you think a bitch is like Spider-Man or some shit? So she's like, when I asked about you to him, he don't never bring you up and being on no dating shit. So I don't know why you're acting like that. I'm like, girl, I said, first of all, I don't even care what he think about me. I said, you were supposed to be my friend, bitch. Why are you liking the niggas that I like? And she was like, I'm not about to fight you over him. I'm like, okay, whatever. Don't fight me over him then. And then I left the room and I was like, bitch, just to let you know, like, you just don't want to fight. I don't know what was going on in our school, but it was like all the bitches was against each other and all the boys was just chilling. It was never a boy fight, bro, never. And if it was because they took a joke out of proportion and they ended up fighting. I had to break one of those up one time. And that's why I be keeping the same friends that I have because, bitch, I don't have to worry about that in my friend group at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just came from a friend trip with my friends and a couple of them had their boyfriends. I don't even think one time in my friend group has it crossed my friend's mind to be like, oh yeah, let me not bring my boyfriend because my friend's gonna try to fuck my man. And she's like, first of all, bitch, I'm not even fat. I was like, I didn't say you were fat. I said, bitch, you have a big back as well, meaning you're fat. Like, that's how you sound when you're like, I never had beef with you about him, but at the end of the day, you've been wanting to have beef with me about him. No, bitch, that's how you sound. You sound stupid. Me, I never called you fat, but I did call you a big back bitch. I'm calling you fat. I never told I what we argued about because I don't need him thinking, oh yeah, I got it like that. Even though I don't think that's how he would react. I think it would more so be like, y'all arguing over me, bro? For what? I still have him on Snap and I had seen him the other day. He had a girlfriend. I was like, damn. That was my story about how bitches are weird. But yeah, that was my story on how being the deaf really is just, it just shows how bitches just always want to talk to your nigga. Like, that's not your nigga. That's not your nigga. Every time you at an outing, it's always gonna be that one hating bitch trying to make it a problem now that all of a sudden all the boys have their attention on you and not them. All of a sudden it's a whack party now because they not getting no male attention, even though you never get male attention, and now all of a sudden you're getting the male attention. All of a sudden it's weird, the party's whack, it's not the vibes, we should leave. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, these bitches are pathetic. Like, these bitches are pathetic. They're not your friends, and I'm over the situation. So like, I know people from that city still watch my videos. Just know that if you see this shit, I ain't have no problem with you, because like I said, I think we ended up being friends after the situation. I hope you're not still like that bitch, because it's giving ghetto. Okay, and I ended up being friends up until like the last day that I lived there, and she randomly just like texted me on some like, I want to fight you shit. That's what I'm saying, like, your friends really be your biggest haters, because she texted me like the last day I was supposed to move out of that city, and she was just like, oh bitch, I want to fight or something. I'm like, you want to fight me? Okay, let's go, let's fight. I'm gonna meet you here. Somebody, like my mom or my sister or my was like, the girl, don't fight her, you're literally about to leave tomorrow. And I was like, that's true, and I have to move all these boxes and get all this shit out my motherfucking house. So I never ended up fighting that hoe. I'm really about to just start posting a lot of story times because y'all clearly like them. The next one will probably be I'm not gonna tell y'all, it's a secret. Come back to the next video. Bye.